Broken Age. Tim Schafer's first return to the point-and-click genre since Grim Fandango was released on the OUYA May 30th. Starting out as a Kickstarter campaign called Double Fine Adventure, the game blew its $400,000 goal away, raising a total of $3,336,371. A beautiful hand-painted love letter to the adventure games of old, with an all-star voice cast and a rich orchestral soundtrack, Broken Age reminds us all that the point-and-click genre isn't dead and only getting better. The story of Broken Age is presented from two different perspectives. Shay, a young man living alone in a spaceship with an overprotective mother AI, and Vela, a young woman thrust into an ignorant tradition that she defies at every turn. Both stories have their subtle connections, but are presented in very different ways. Shay's life on the spaceship has become repetitive, and the overbearing mother AI just won't let him do anything exciting. He longs for variety, for real contact, and for a little danger. When he finds it, he meets a strange stowaway on the ship, Merrick, a mysterious figure disguised as a wolf. Merrick introduces Shay to the world of war outside his ship, and helps Shay to defy his protector to save helpless lives, but Merrick seems to have a plan behind all this. Regardless of Merrick's intentions, Shay helps him, if only to feel the excitement of life outside his routine. Vela's story centers around the strange beast known as Mog Chothra, who for years has been making rounds of the villages in their land accepting sacrifices in the form of young women chosen to feed it. This tradition has Vela lined up to be in the selection of snacks for Mog Chothra, but she believes the beast can be killed and the land set free from its hunger. Fighting back against the Titan, she travels the lands looking for a way to defeat it, and hoping to find any allies along the way. Her struggle is difficult, as the feeding of Mog Chothra is widely accepted and revered. While the stories may seem drastically different, they have very subtle connections between them that may not be noticed the first time through. These connections create some questions that aren't yet addressed in the first installment, but the twist ending, which I won't spoil here, sets up a situation where the answers are worth waiting for.
Oh yeah!
Broken Age's graphics may not look like much at first glance, but they are so much more than they appear. The hand-painted style may cause many to think that the game is rendered flatly, like an Animation Online or adventure games of old, but in fact the game's character graphics are painted onto 3D models and animated to appear flatly rendered, creating the storybook-like appearance. The backgrounds are painted as well, and using parallaxing effects, special light shaders, and various masking techniques, create a beautifully robust world that takes full advantage of the HD displays we use today. Altogether, the graphics create a wonderful presentation that is unseen in the adventure game genre today.
Oh yeah!
The music of the game is composed by none other than Peter McConnell. No stranger to the adventure game genre, Peter has composed soundtracks for such games as Day of the Tentacle, Grim Fandango, the Sly Cooper series, and Psychonauts, just to name a few. For the music of this game, he brought together several San Francisco musicians along with the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra to create a live score that really brings the world to life. The result is a beautiful soundtrack that creates a sense of wonder and excitement for every new turn. The sound effects of Broken Age are clear and fitting to their various situations. From the kiddie squeaks of Shay's pretend captain station to roars of Mog Chothra, every sound is used properly. There's even a subtle jingle that plays to alert you of new items in your inventory, and good luck getting the sound of a barfing tree out of your head. Though the music and sound effects create a vibrant world, it's the characters in that world that are the true masterpieces. Professional voice performances by voice acting veterans Jennifer Hale, Pendleton Ward, Cree Summer, and Richard Horvitz are joined by Hollywood stars like Elijah Wood, Jack Black, and Will Wheaton, forming only part of the strong voice acting team that brings the characters to life. Every actor's portrayal is sincere and believable, and nothing sounds forced or unlively. Choosing every possible option in a conversation tree to hear the wonderful performance of these characters not only makes the game longer, but really brings the characters into focus and shows just how much care went into creating the populace of Broken Age's world.
Oh yeah!
The game's controls are simple. The left stick moves the cursor, and the O button confirms or interacts. The Y button opens the inventory, and the left and right bumpers slow and speed up the cursor respectively. The D-pad cycles through inventory items when your cursor is using an item, and the right stick snaps the cursor to nearby interaction points. The A button allows you to skip cutscenes and dialogue. Thanks to a new update, the game allows the use of the OUYA controller's trackpad to move and interact with. You start the game by choosing whose story to start with, Vela or Shay. If you complete one story, you automatically start the other. You also have the option of switching between the two whenever you like, so if you get stuck on a puzzle in one, you can switch to the other until you decide to come back. As a point-and-click adventure, you point where you want to go, or what you want to interact with, and click with the O button to go there or do something. As you adventure, you will find items that can be used in certain situations to solve puzzles and advance the story. It may not always be used how you expect, however. A can of whipped cream may help you explore space, or a wooden stool may help you nauseate a talking tree. It's all about trial and error, but the randomness may not be as random as you expect. While solving puzzles, you will encounter a large variety of characters along the way. Talking to them can lead to new items to use, new areas to explore, or just new details of the story to enjoy. While dialogue trees are far from being a new mechanic in storytelling, the responses you may encounter are filled with humor and make them worth exploring every possible conversation option. Unlike some adventure games, you can't die in Broken Age. The only setback you may experience is getting stuck on a task at hand and needing to rethink a situation in order to solve it. The puzzles in the game aren't very difficult in themselves, but do require some out-of-the-box thinking every so often. Your personal experience through the game may be slightly varied by the switching mechanic, but ultimately there is a specific path to follow to complete this wonderful adventure.
Oh yeah!
The content of Broken Age isn't extensive. For $15, you get the first act of the game. Since it's a story-based adventure, there isn't any unlockable costumes or special features. It's just the game, and frankly, that's all it needs to be. Broken Age is about the experience of the story. Since it is only the first act, the game sets up a feeling of wanting more. It creates questions left unanswered, which will hopefully get their answers in the second act. When it does get released, the second act will be available as an in-app purchase to continue the story. Broken Age is a testament to adventure games, showing that an often forgot about genre can be given new life and allow gamers both old and new to experience a wonderful story. Though that experience is a work of art, the separation of the story between the two acts leaves much to be desired. The lack of multiple options to solve puzzles means that subsequent playthroughs make it shorter and shorter, as you know what you're doing. At times it may feel like there isn't much game there at all, but when you step back and look at it as a whole, you begin to see the larger picture created by Tim Schafer and his team at Double Fine. For a first step towards new life in the genre, Broken Age achieves what it sets out to do, and receives a 4.5 out of 5 in doing so.
Oh yeah!
I want to start this final thought with a confession. I am of the belief that everything Tim Schafer touches is gold. I love the Monkey Island games. Thought Brutal Legend was a wonderful twist on real-time strategy, and my absolute favorite game of all time to this day is still Psychonauts. I still have the pre-order bonus, a deck of cards, and it's still in good condition. With that being said, I went into Broken Age expecting greatness and was not disappointed my first time through. It wasn't until I made my second pass through the game, the pass which all the game footage for this video was recorded, that I realized Broken Age's only major shortcoming. It's a point-and-click adventure game. I love the genre, and always will, but they all suffer from the same issue. It is the exact same experience on every playthrough, and subsequent playthroughs are diminished by the fact that you know what you're doing. While I still believe that Broken Age is a wonderful game with an engaging story, it still leaves much to be desired in today's market of DLC expansions and add-ons. On a more positive note, that's exactly why I'm excited for the second act, hopefully answering the questions left unanswered by the first act. Tim Schafer and Double Fine did a wonderful job creating a world I can't wait to return to. Broken Age is a game that everybody with an OUYA should pick up, and I greatly look forward to its conclusion. Thank you for watching OUYA Oh Yeah. If you'd like to learn more about the OUYA or this game, be sure to check out the links in the description. And don't forget to check out my other series, Family Man Gamer, where I put my focus on how games affect a family situation. And don't forget to subscribe for more OUYA Oh Yeah.